Guys, where is it that our wives always drag us to look at art that we don't want? Museums. You know how when you go to a museum with your wife, because you love to go there, you see these spectacular masterpieces. And what you know, because you've learned and you've paid attention in art appreciation or somewhere, that like especially, everybody loves the Impressionists. I love the Impressionists. And if you see an impressionistic painting, you have to see it from a certain distance, because if you walk right up to it and look real close, it makes no sense. There's little dabs of color that don't belong where they've put them. Even these, you go, what's that doing there? That color's not there. But what they say is, the beauty of an impressionistic art, and all art, is if you stand a certain distance, there's a thing that your brain does which is called optical mixing. And in that, because of the optical mixing, you notice the beauty and the spectacular nature of that art. You're going to get this in a second and go, oh. You see, people are designed just like masterpieces of art. They're not designed to be really close and to look real tight. You ever got, my wife's got one of those mirrors that, like 10x your face. I looked in it one time, I threw it away. I went, that's it. I am never looking at that again. And you just look and go, my God, that's hideous. Because you shouldn't do it. And the good news is none of you can see me that close. But that is hideous. I mean, it's hideous. Terrible. Nobody should be looked at. And that's the good news, because you know what? We're not meant to be seen so up close, because people, when you do a little, not optical mixing, but you do a little grace mixing, you get just the right distance from a person. They're beautiful and they're spectacular. But here's the truth, and you know it. If any one of us were put under a microscope and we looked real intently and we knew everything about your life, you would be hideous and you would run and we would do it. No one can endure that. No one can endure that. So God gives us this beautiful ability to do grace mixing. You don't get it yet? So here, my wife says to me these days that I'm getting more and more handsome. Legit, I mean, she does. But the truth is, her eyesight's going. Because she's like old, And one of the things that happens, right? Now, here's what we old people can tell you younger people. As you get older, God just put in this beautiful grace mixing. So Lori looks at me and goes, you're getting more handsome, because she can't see very well. And the point is, what does age say to younger people? Don't be so stern. Don't be so rigid. Mix a little grace in here. Don't get so close. Create a little distance so that you can see the beauty. You can see the wonder. That's what Jesus is saying. You don't need to get up close. Sure, you can find faults. That's not the way life is meant to be lived. See the spectacular beauty in the other people by getting it just the right distance and mixing in a whole lot of grace.